Hello, thank you so much for joining me and welcome to my channel. Storytelling used to be a very common practice in the olden days, when every time when schools close, children will come back to the villages, and in the evening they'll sit around a fire to listen to their grandparents or school wisdom. And so today this practice is really fading, but storytelling still remains one of the powerful tools that could be used to share knowledge, to transfer knowledge from one person to another, from one generation to another, from one group of people to another. So with the development of technology, we see the culture of storytelling really fading, but I believe it's still a big tool that people could use to transfer knowledge from one person to another. And so today I'm going to share one of my favorite stories from a book that's Zambian literature titled Matangu Abokuku Bo Ngangula, which could be loosely translated as Granny Ngangula's folktales. And so this book was written by Moffat Sibamba. It was written in Lozi or in Silozi, and so I'm going to do my best at translating so that I can at least share with everyone out there. So the book again is Matangu Abokuku Bo Ngangula, which could be closely translated as Granny Ngangula's folktales. So I'm going to share one of my favorite stories because this book is a collection of stories that are so much packed with wisdom, so much knowledge, and then I am going to share one of my favorite stories, and the story is entitled Man is Never Grateful. And so a story is told of a hunter who one day, or who used to set traps around the forest. And so one day he woke up to a surprise because his trap had caught a man, a lion, and a snake. And so as he approached the trap, every creature that was in the trap was just screaming for help. Please save me, please don't kill me, save me, I'm going to repay your kindness, save me, I'm going to help you. And so this hunter got confused and said, oh, what am I going to do now? And so that's how he decided to save all of them. And he saved the snake, the lion, and the man. And so when the snake came out, said, one day I'm going to repay your kindness. And the snake removed one of its scales and gave it to the man and said, this will protect you from all snakes. No snake will ever bite you when you have this scale. It's protection, and always move with it because one day you need it. And so that the man got the scale and packed it. And so when the lion came out, also said, I'm going to repay your kindness. Thank you so much for saving me, and one day I'll remember this day. And off the lion went. And when man came out, he just looked and walked away. He never said a thing, and he walked away. And so days passed. This lion, just as a way of showing its gratitude, say, I'm going to help that hunter. Since he helped me, he's never going to hunt again. And so the lion started, just presenting the man with a lot of meat, a lot of animals, and the lion would just take a lot of animals to the man's house and requested the hunter, to say, every day, do not lock your door, so that I can be able to help you the best way I can. And so the lion would carry the meat to the man's place. And then one day the lion actually brought a woman, because the lion realized that this hunter was very lonely. And so this lion brought a woman, a very beautiful woman, to the hunter and said, here is a woman, please marry and be happy. But then the lion said, I'm giving you this woman on the condition that she should never leave the house. And so the man said, no, that's not a problem. So the man was very happy, the hunter was very happy, thank you so much. And that's how they started staying with that woman. And so the woman would just stay in the house, and then they eventually had a child. So one day the child was playing outside, and the man who was served by the hunter, passed by the house and saw the boy playing. And so as they looked at the boy, the woman came in the house and lifted the boy, took him in the house. And so the man said, oh, I know this woman. This must be the princess that the nearby king had actually announced to say the princess of the kingdom was missing. And so whoever was going to reveal information about the princess's whereabouts would be rewarded handsomely. And so that man said, whoa, this is an opportunity. That man ran to the palace and reported, Your Majesty, I know where your daughter is. Where is my daughter? So he took the palace guards to where he found the princess, to the hunter's house. And that's how the hunter was captured, and he was taken to the palace. And so the king was very furious, and he said, we've been looking for my daughter. you are the one who stole my daughter, so you are going to pay for this. And the man said, please, no, let me explain. No, there's nothing like explaining. You are going to pay for this. And so it was a day for the execution of this man, the execution of the hunter. The king asked the executioner to execute this man, and so people came to gather in the kingdom, waiting to see how this condemned man is going to die. And so executioner came. They rode the animal skin around down. They rode it down, and then the hunter was told to kneel in front of the king, and so the executioner would execute him. The executioner said to the hunter, make peace with your maker, because I'm going to strike hard. And so the man looked at him, and so as he was about to strike, a big storm appeared, and then in the storm a big snake bit the king. And so people just started, scampering around, running around. Oh, what has happened? The king has been bitten by a snake. And so the king was battling for his life. And then that's how the whole situation got disturbed. So that man was saved for some minutes. But then they started looking for someone who was going to heal the king. Said, who is going to heal the king of the snake bite? And so people started trying, the medicine men and everything, but then no one managed. And so this man said, let me try. And everybody said, how can a condemned man save our king? No, it's not possible. No, it's not possible. And so that's how this man said, let me try. And the voice from the crowd said, no, let's give him a chance, let him try. And so this man got that scale that he was given by the snake to mix with some herbs and serve the king. So that scale was to serve as an antidote, in healing the king. And so that's how that man, healed the king. And after the king got healed, he said, who healed me? And people were scared to point at the condemned man. No, it's the hunter, the condemned hunter. And the king said, the condemned hunter, the one who stole my daughter, saved me today. And Pharaoh said, yes, your majesty, he saved you today. And the king said, young man, I give you my blessing. You can now go and marry my daughter in peace. I give you my blessing. And the man said, thank you, your majesty. And they went and lived with the princess happily ever after. They had a very happy life after that. And so what do you learn from this story? The snake was served, the lion was served, and they all said thank you to this man in their own best ways. But man, instead of saying thank you, he repaid this man with what? I don't know the lessons that you've gotten from this story, but we've come to the end of the video. If you've enjoyed this story, kindly give it a thumbs up and tell me what you've learned from this story, because I believe, folktales really, they were packed with so much wisdom that could even be used in today's society. So let's go back to the culture of telling stories. When you tell a story, you share knowledge. When you tell a story, you transfer knowledge. So let's all take it upon ourselves to revive the culture of telling stories. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again in my next video. Goodbye.